Hello everyone, welcome back to Cage Free Moto. My last video, people were asking, why aren't you talking about the Road King? But this video, I'll let you know what I think about my new Road King. This is a 2021 Harley Davidson Road King, and I'll let you know if I have any regrets. Let's go for a ride. This is my third ride. I only have 146 miles on it. I need to hit 1,000 in order to get that break-in period over and get the service done. So I've got quite a ways to go. All right, we've got 143 miles until empty. Here you can see we have the time, which I have yet to set. We have an option for the gear and RPM. Total miles 246. So I actually have more than I thought. I have an extra 100. All right, 246 miles, trying to get to 1,000. Trip A, trip B. I don't know what this is. I have to look this up. So I like to have it on the gear and RPM since I'm trying to stay under 3,500 RPMs while breaking in the engine. And in case anyone doesn't know, the Road King comes with a switch right here. You just push this button and you're able to see all those options I just shared. A nice positive click, you know you're in first. Now let's get out of the sun and get some air. So this is well over 800 pounds, but very easy to turn, very easy to lean. I mentioned the button is right here to flip to the options on the dashboard, and here, and sometimes I look down, I'm like, why can't I see the RPMs and the gears? I think sometimes my gloves are hitting this switch. So although I wonder if there's a way for me to tuck it in. I'll have to play around with it a little more. I'm still learning the motorcycle. So now I really don't like getting my eyes off the road. There we go, gear and RPM. There we go, we're in fourth. 2,200 RPMs. So today's a really nice day. I live in an area surrounded by a bunch of farms, and this is the season where they have cherry picking. So a bunch of folks come out here, well, to pick cherries from organic farms, and it's just something they enjoy doing. I guess because I live out here, I know how hot it is, and I'm like, I don't really want to be out there picking cherries. But the thing is, people will pull over on the side of the road, make sudden U-turns, or just pop out of a farm. So you have to be extra vigilant around these folks. Even in your car, we always hear about an accident or two that's happened because somebody here visiting, I don't know what makes them think that you could be parked on the right, stop, and then just make a U-turn without even looking. So as I said, I've taken this motorcycle out. This is my fourth ride. I wanted to talk about the 2021 Road King that I am now riding, why I got it, and do I have any regrets? Well, how can you have regrets when you have it this new? The only thing I could say is like, the other one I had before was paid off. That was nice. Now, you know, I got a payment. I don't regret it because it's actually a motorcycle I really want. You know, it has getting into the things that I like, and I've mentioned before, is it has ABS, it has cruise control, it has a windshield, it has the touring frame, the classic style of this motorcycle, you know, just chrome and vivid black, which was what I wanted. So I think the two top sellers for Harley Davidson are the Road Glide and the Street Glide. So the Road Glide has a big fairing up in the front, which is mounted on the frame, and the Street Glide has one that is mounted on the forks. and they're nice. I like them, but they're just not for me. I really don't want to be looking at a lot. I just want to see the road, enjoy the open road, and get all the view that I can see. And I think it's nice to be able to look down and look at a classic looking motorcycle. I test drove a Vaquero, a Kawasaki Vaquero, which has a fairing on it, and that's a nice looking bike, and it did everything it's supposed to do, but it blocks so much wind. And to be fair, this windshield blocks a lot of the wind that I was used to receiving with no windshield on here. But the option I have with this one, I can remove it. And if I got a motorcycle, whether it would have been the Vaquero or one of the Harleys that have it, if it's a hot day or I want to just ride without one, I don't have that option. So that's another reason why I chose this motorcycle. So some people that have already looked at my motorcycle, some friends, are like, well, that's a heavy bike. And it's, if I remember correctly, the Vulcan 900 is, I think, around 620 pounds wet. And I think this is about 817 wet, 817 pounds. So it's a heavy bike. You only feel it when you're first sitting on it and maybe lifting it up. But once you're moving, it's very well balanced. I can easily flat foot this, almost 5'11". I noticed that when I'm sitting on this motorcycle, compared to the last one, I'm not, my knees aren't up as high, you know, like kind of squinched, which I was still comfortable, but I just noticed the difference on this one. You know, I can open up a little bit more. So as I was saying, some folks were asking, hey, talk about your Road King. I mean, there's so many videos about the Road Kings, so I don't want to go into a lot of detail or specs because they're easily out there. I just wanted to tell you why I chose it. Starting with the front, I really like that classic look with the 3 headlights, and but the whole front end just looks really nice and classic looking. I love the 3 headlights, which is interesting. They're called passing lights, as I'm sure many of you know. And to turn it on, the switch is way down here, which is kind of odd. So if I'm going to pass someone, I'm going to hit that switch. I don't know. Maybe at night I'll turn them on. Right now, obviously, it's pointing down, so it's off. The thing I will change on it is I will put LED lights on it, which is disappointing. With as much as Harley Davidson's cost, they should put LED lights all the way around, in my opinion. But I think part of the reason they don't, a lot of people with motorcycles in general like to customize them, and especially people with Harleys. Even if they put LED lights in them, I'm sure people would be saying, oh, they put LEDs on them, but why did they put these on here? And then they change them out anyway. Just to continue on with this motorcycle as I walk around it, I like that it came with crash bars. The crash bars are at the back by the bags, and they're also up in the front. All right, we just put gas. The kickstand is way over there. There it goes. I noticed that I have to let it do this whole, oops. I know that I have to let it do all that before I can start it. All right. Someone left a comment in the last video about Harley Davidson's vibrating a lot. And you can see the mirror. Sure, it's vibrating. But once I'm driving, I really don't notice it. I feel like it's fine. But interesting story is, on that ride that I went to go meet a friend for lunch, just over an hour, I left my watch and my phone and one of the saddlebags. So then I take them out when I get there and I start putting everything on, and I started getting alerts that I reached my step goals. which is it's funny. So there must be a little more vibration than I think, because the Vulcan 900, I used to do the same thing. Just sometimes I'd mount it on the front here, but as you can see, I haven't mounted anything for my phone or GoPro in the front. But I just thought it was funny with having my phone and my watch and my saddlebag, that it said I had my steps all done. My goal has been achieved. They must vibrate, at least the bags must be shaking a little bit more than the last motorcycle. So going on about Harley Davidson Road King. It's a 107 cubic inch engine. I really like the seat. The seat is really comfortable. At this point, I don't even think I want to change it out. Who knows what the future holds, but for now, this is really comfortable. I have the 2 bags, which is what I added on my last motorcycle because I really don't like wearing backpacks. So I really like that the bags are on here. They have the easy open and close, and they lock up so you can secure your stuff in here. And the footboards are very comfortable. I feel like they have kind of a little springy feel to them. So I'm really happy that these are, you know, a good size. The one thing I did not want on this motorcycle, which Harley doesn't offer it anymore, you can get them, but it's the heel shifter. At least on my last motorcycle, there were times when I'm moving my foot around to get comfortable, and it would just, especially if I'm at a stop sign or a red light, I don't even know that it hit it, because I have the clutch pulled in thinking I'm in first, ready to go, and then all I do is end up sitting there revving it up because it went into neutral. It clicked it up a little bit. So I did not want that heel toe shifter. I'm so used to it with just my toe that this is fine. On these clover leaves, it does really nice. It leans in really smooth. But like right now, it just feels so smooth on this road. The ride on this is like really, really smooth. Now I know when people say, oh, it just glides or feels like butter. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, the other day when I was on a clover leaf turn, similar to what I just got off, I'm turning around and it was just so smooth. It makes it so, it just raises your confidence when you're doing that turn, because you're not feeling all the bumps in the road. And there's been times where, you know, I was on the freeway already with this motorcycle, and I would hit something where it's, you know, pretty significant, and of course I could feel the motorcycle kind of take it. But the translation to me, the body, sure, I felt that it hit a bump, but it was not bad at all. It was really, really great. But out here where I live in the Far East Bay, there's usually not this much traffic, and it's usually just these people right now out here cherry picking. They really enjoy it. It must be really good. I gotta try it one day. I can't knock it till I try it, right? I just don't look forward to being out in the sun picking fruit. I'd rather be out in the sun getting hot sitting on a motorcycle than filling a basket with fruit. Oh, all right, time to go. Here's the cherry pickers. Look at all these cars. You have to be really on alert here. These people just pull out like they're rushing from farm to farm, making sure they get all the cherries. I guess they're worried about it running out. And it's just those few, for the locals that live around here, that kind of mess up the perspective we have on all of them, because they just pull out. What really bothered me, see that? Did you see that van? See? That's exactly what we're talking about. Jeez. I don't even know why I'm on this road. And this is another thing. You get people that just hit the brakes. They find a parking spot and they go. Alright, I gotta pay attention here. Let me get past these. I'm glad these police are out here finding these drivers like this. It's crazy. Anyway, rudely interrupted by the van in front of me that decided to do a U-turn on a double-line two-way highway. I bet you they have kids in that van too. So here's these cherry pickers here. So my lane choice will be to the left in case someone decides to pop out. Well, everyone, thanks for watching the channel. Look forward to sharing more of my journey and everything we're going to do with this new Road King. Thanks for watching.